Do you think that the discussion would resolve the issue, put it at rest, or do you think that older conflicts would come out at play?
Yeah, I think this is everything is a mini Samudra Manthan, Kartikeya. Like, everything will come. See, the Prime Minister spoke about getting rid of the Macaulay mindset, right? Right. Similarly, we have to get rid of the Raj mindset as well. Which from being rulers, they have to become governors, right? So the Jan Vishwas will, etc., on those lines. So we have to get rid of the Congress mindset as well, which actually berated anybody that spoke with a bit of cultural depth as backward, right? So I think this reclamation process will happen, and it is important that this churn has happened, and both poison and nectar will come, and the society has to absorb.
There is also another thing. There is a great public acceptance for the cultural nationalism, which was not there. It has acquired a political mainstream which was not there in 70s and 80s and 90s. I think the debate on Vande Mataram is also a reflection of that.
Oh, absolutely. See, also, as I was reading about Vande Mataram, right, this thread of nationalism, this debate between like being culturally rooted and being liberal, as if it's a dichotomous debate, has been continuing even through our freedom movement, right? So, and there are actually like wings of the liberal wing of the Congress Party and the more conservative wing of the Congress Party, so on and so forth. So this Vande Mataram, the song of which we are celebrating the 150th year, has been sung in many Congress sessions. Like, Rabindranath Tagore, who later wrote our national anthem, in fact, sang this song as a militant opposition to Britishers in 1901 Congress session, right? So I think we have like a very serious history of this liberal versus conservative.
Okay.
Like, I mean, putting it very
Okay.
bare bones.
One minute.
Continued through.
One minute. Smita is back. Smita, your opening comments. You must have heard me and Bhanu talk. Smita.
Yes, yes. So as I was saying, you see, there can be nothing more important than Vande Mataram, to serve as a rallying point for the youth of the country. Because the British may have left, I agree. But we have multiple challenges on our national unity, our integrity. And you need something which will make the people feel one. And all this thing about Muslims not wanting to sing Vande Mataram because there is a deity and they do not believe in a deity. It's unfortunate, Kartikeya, but this seems more like an afterthought, because if you look at the peak of the freedom movement, and the most telling example is of Barisal, where more than 10,000 Hindus and Muslims, in the face of untold oppression, came out on the streets to sing Vande Mataram together. This was the period when something called Vande Mataram Prabhat Fairies used to be taken out by the people, because these were the people who wanted the society to rise up against British oppression. And nobody at that time had any problem with singing Vande Mataram, because it made them feel one, as one country. So all this is an afterthought which has arisen, I guess, it was around the time of the partition. And coming to the current situation, you all know the history. I would not like to repeat all of it. I just want to say that next week, when the Parliament convenes to discuss this, the whole Vande Mataram issue, please remember that there will be some back and forth on the question of dropping the full national song except the first two stanzas, because that again shows that people have been trying to do nitpicking and create an issue where none exists. Also, we should look at the political equations also. As you see, if I'm not wrong, we are told that in the beginning, there was not much keenness in the opposition to talk about Vande Mataram, because they wanted to keep the SIR as their one and only issue till it is resolved. But it was Mamata Banerjee, the TMC, which broke ranks, because obviously there are elections pending in Bengal early next year, and Mamata Banerjee could not be seen staying away from a discussion on Vande Mataram, or even to be seen opposing it. So when TMC broke ranks, the others had the rethink and then they have all agreed. And I do have a feeling that even if there will be opposing views from certain people, perhaps the All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin, Mr. Owaisi, or some of the South India parties, they may have some reservations. But all in all, I believe that on this historic occasion of 150 years of Vande Mataram, when it was first published in Bangadarshan, its first time as a publication, at that time it was kind of a poetic composition. From a poetic composition to a kind of a national rallying point, something which almost, electrified the nation in those difficult times. It will be a very helpful discussion, most particularly for what we call
but
these
you
days
see, the larger issue is what's wrong, Smita?
Yes.
What's wrong in Smita if the imagination of India is in context of a mother? What's wrong in that?
I don't understand. There is Russia, there is Germany, there are all kinds of European countries. They all look upon their nation as a motherland or fatherland.
Yes.
I think the best emotion a citizen can have towards their country is to look upon the country as
Absolutely.
a mother, because she is the one who sustains us. I told you, all this debate is an afterthought. When things became us and them kind of a debate, I do hope, because it pains me, Kartikeya, I do hope that when this discussion takes place in Parliament, even if there are some naysayers, some opposing views, the overarching view should be to tell the millennials, the Gen Z, the importance of this song, why it became such a rallying point for the country.
Okay.
And there was a time when Bhikaji Kama, she hoisted a flag which had Vande Mataram written on it.
In Stuttgart,
Can you
and she did that in
imagine
Germany.
the kind of devotion?
Smita, I've really run short of time, and she did that in Stuttgart, and she did that in Germany. It happened in Germany, so it's not as if it was confined to some 4 places here. It happened in Europe.